Good morning. Today I want to talk about something I think is very important. Yesterday was July 4th, Independence Day, and so I want to talk about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, because what we do out here on the farm with our family and on our property is not possible in an oppressive society without freedom and liberty. And so I just want to remind everyone of those 10 things in the Bill of Rights. Since I started 75 Hard, every day I've been memorizing 10 items. It could be a list of 10 things, it could be plants or Latin names or anything I choose, and so I decided to do the Bill of Rights. So I'm going to go through them quickly, make a few comments about a couple of them, and I'll tell you which one I think is the most important at the end. Okay, so starting off, number one, Congress shall make no law respecting the freedom of religion. So they cannot establish religion for us. So we have freedom of religion, we have freedom of press, we have freedom of assembly, and we have the freedom to petition our government for a redress of grievances. So if there's something the government is doing that we don't like, we have the right to go and protest it peacefully and to effect change. Now, in the event that they refuse to listen to us, they also put in another amendment in there, the Second Amendment. So the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, to have a militia. Now, if you know anything about history, you know that people need a right to defend themselves against intruders and criminals and governments. And so that's why that was put in there. Shall not be infringed. Number three, no soldier shall be quartered in a house in time of peace, without certain rules, or during war, unless prescribed by manner of law. And so no quartering of soldiers in your house, only under certain conditions. Number four, very important, the Fourth Amendment, the right to be secure in your person, your effects, your papers, and the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures. Okay, so this one is super important. This is why police need your consent to search your vehicle, or they need probable cause. So without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, or rather has been committed, about to be committed, and so forth, they cannot search your vehicle without a warrant, because the warrant has to be issued by oath or affirmation, and it must determine the exact things to be seized and the persons to be searched. And so you have that right. Number five, the right to remain silent. Okay, so not only in number one do you have the right of free speech, you have the right not to speak. So you cannot be compelled to be a witness against yourself in a criminal hearing. And so you can plead the fifth. A lot of people being interrogated, they talk too much. Too many people have talked themselves into arrest, but it's hard to talk yourself out of one. Okay, or talk yourself into a conviction, but can't really talk yourself out of one. So get yourself a lawyer, plead the Fifth Amendment, be smart, don't be dumb. Number six, the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of your peers, and the right to counsel. So number six is super important. Jury, that's like the fourth branch of government. We, the people, have power. So don't forget about jury nullification, where if a law is absolutely stupid, the jury can say, no, the law is dumb, so he's not guilty because the law needs removed. So we have that power as the people. Number seven, in any cases exceeding $20, you have the right to a jury trial in a federal civil case. So the $20 is kind of funny to me, but it is mentioned in the Constitution, number seven. Number eight, no excessive fines imposed, like bail, and no cruel and unusual punishments. So that's a beautiful one to have in the Constitution, because too many people have had cruel and unusual punishments inflicted upon them under their justice system. Not that it doesn't happen to us today, but just know that you have that right that you can appeal. Number nine, any rights not enumerated in the Constitution does not deny or disparage any other rights that we do have. This is not a full list, this is a partial list of our rights, and that's what number 9 is about. Last one that I'm going to mention here is number 10 of the Bill of Rights. And number 10 simply says that anything not spelled out, anything not delegated to the United States is left to the people, or left to the states respectively. So things not mentioned in the Constitution, like the government dabbling in education, for example, is unconstitutional. So there should not be a Department of Education. That should be left to the states or the people, and there are many other things like that. But go ahead and learn your laws, learn the Bill of Rights. Very important thing. The one I think is probably the most important is the one they put first. And for good reason, because without speech, without the right of association, the right of assembly, then you can't really affect change. You can't teach people. You can't correct corrupt things in the government and so forth. Freedom of speech and not establishing religion is very important. When government mixes state and religion, you have a big problem. So you can see this throughout history where you end up with cults of personality. So be very careful that the state does not establish a religion, and you can be free to speak without fear of reprisal. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one and got something out of it. It's a beautiful day here. It rained last night, which I'm very happy about. Awesome. All right, have a good one.